virtually all we do, we're expressing ourselves from the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we dress to impress, the way we handle dismay, and how we prepare for the summertime in May. And all that we do, we're expressing ourselves with the way we think, clearly with the way we behave, with the way we say particular words, when we sing songs, how we sing songs, how we engage in our work. We're always expressing ourselves through various different means. If you're sharp and knowledgeable, you can tell, you can ascertain what type of person somebody is just from looking at them. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to hear what they got to say. You can just look at them and tell what type of person they are. You have to be quite shrewd and knowledgeable and higher IQ to be able to do that. But yeah. So anyway, it's a lot of guys in my gym who they wear muscle shirts and tank tops, and they wear all this stuff to show off their muscles. And it's pretty frequently that they're doing this, excuse me, by the way. It's pretty frequently that they're doing this, showing off their bodies like some sexual objects. They're doing this quite frequently. And this one guy I'm thinking of in particular does it every time I see him. Like, I've never seen him without a tank top on. And he's probably the biggest guy in the gym. Now, why they're doing this, who knows? Maybe they're doing it for attention. The guy I'm thinking about in particular, the big guy, the super big guy, the ultra big guy, he's probably the biggest dude in my gym. I think he does it maybe for attention. A lot of people probably think it's just for attention. I think what it is he likes the fact that people are scared of him. He likes the fact that people fear him, and since they fear him, they give him an extra slice of respect. They serve him up an extra dosage of respect. Not me, because I care less how big you are, right? I don't care. But the average person is a coward, and the average person is a very scared individual. So what they do is they treat somebody like him with a tremendous amount of respect that he may not deserve. So that's that. But I think he's probably doing it because he likes feeling feared. You know, he likes feeling respected. Us as men, we like to feel respected. So that's one way he's expressing himself, and that's what he's communicating to the world, at least to me in my eyes, by what he's expressing and by his behavior and what he consistently does. Because I've never seen him with a regular shirt on ever in my entire life. Why is that? I'm sure you got regular shirts, my nigga. I'm sure you got a regular job. Oh yeah. It was another dude who was very similar to this nigga I'm talking about, who goes to my gym. And I actually met this guy. I encountered this guy, I came across this guy in jail. And I know a lot of people may think, like, why did this guy talk about jail so much? Well, because it was a very transformative experience for me. I didn't go once, I didn't go twice, I've been 3 times. And I grew up, frankly, like a lot of you people, middle class, grew up in the suburbs for most of my life. I also grew up in the jail system because I was in there for quite a bit of time at a young age. So. But anyway, I met this dude. Oh, and I also, never mind. But I met this dude who's very similar. I'm in this bit, losing my, I'm in this bit, out of air. I'm gasping for air in this bit. Shit. Let me take a breather. It's too much gang, too much gang. I hope all the good people, the morally upright people of the world are enjoying themselves and enjoying their weekend and spending their time with their family, friends, their loved ones, romantic partners. I hope they're doing very well. I know I had a good day today, so I hope they're doing good as well. But anyway, So I met this guy, and by the way, the other guy who I just described, bro, is about 6'6", like literally like 250 pounds, 240 pounds. Like when I say he's the biggest dude I've seen in the gym, I'm not kidding. Like he's huge, which is why a lot of people are scared of him, right? But anyway, so I met this super buff ass nigga, this buff ass light skin tough guy, this gangster. And bro used to always walk around the unit with his shirt off. So he did that. He engaged in that type of behavior, which conveys quite a bit about his personality. But he would also rub smaller inmates' heads and shit like they were some sort of domesticated goddamn dog, or like they were his sons. So that was another data point that I took in on this particular type of individual. So that's not clumsy. But anyway, so why did this nigga? Why does he never wear a shirt? Why is he always walking around shirtless, tank topless? Well, because him in particular, he's a very scared, cowardly, bitch ass individual, and he's huge, right? He's big. He was bigger than everybody else in the unit. Like it's a bunch of skinny niggas in that. It was this one overweight, fat ass, goofy nigga who was also a tough guy and a gangster. If I catch all these guys, I'm gonna do something very evil to him. Don't let me catch you. I'm letting you know. Don't let me catch you. If you see me, you better run. But anyways. So yeah, he used to walk around with his shirt off and, you know, all this extra shit. When it's a whole bunch of niggas in that bit, it's no hoes, it's no bitches. The CO hoe is ugly. Like there's no real reason for you to be walking around butt ass naked, not butt ass naked, but you know, with your shirt off with a bunch of niggas around. Like nigga, we not really trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? We're not really trying to see that shit. And then he be rubbing niggas' heads. So why does he do that? Why does he walk around with his shirt off all day? Well, because he's a bitch. He's a bitch. And since the average individual is a coward and they're also a bitch, he's hoping that the average individual is more cowardly and more of a bitch than he is, because he's such a frightened and terrified individual. And I know for a fact that you're a hoe. Yeah, I know. So he's hoping that the average individual is far more terrified of him than they are of him. Or, I didn't say that right. They're far more terrified of him than they are of him. I keep saying that shit wrong, but I think people get what I'm saying. He wants them to be scared. He wants them to be more scared than they are scared of him. I feel like I keep saying it wrong. Anyway, we about to move on. We gotta keep going, pushing forward. So, what he's trying to do is he's trying to scare niggas away from combat, scare niggas away from warfare, because he's truly not a warrior. He's truly not a brave person. He's truly not a savage or a gangster. So he's trying to play that role. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what he feels like will make him respected and esteemed, exalted in this little society we got going on here. Excuse me. Yeah, that's why he did that. Very cowardly individual, and it's ironic because he's a super buff ass nigga, and the average individual would think that he's some super gangster when in reality he was terrified of me. And bruh, at the time I was like 130. 130, skinny nigga, skinny. And cuz was terrified of me. That nigga was scared for good reason. Like I'm a savage. Like that's who I am. Like, this nigga was scared for great reason. I mean, I would do that to somebody. I do it right now. I do it in 10 years. I do it right before I die. I do it right before the police come. Nigga, I'll do that shit. That's me. That's who I am. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, I want to tell people that as well, because A lot of people will walk around terrified of these big individuals, these super strong individuals who are actually very cowardly and very womanly in their thinking and behavior. They're very scared, and the reason they get these muscles is a preventative measure, right? Like they want to scare you away from warfare so they don't have to engage in warfare. And when they do engage in warfare, disrespect or anything like that, it's against somebody who's much smaller than them. Nigga rubbing a little nigga head who way smaller than him, bro, like 5'6", bruh. Nigga like 5'6", 140. Now, bro was kind of diesel, but he was much smaller than this other guy. Much smaller. So it's like, why don't you pick on somebody who's bigger than you? Fuck all that picking on somebody else's side. That's too much of a fair fight. For you to truly be a brave man, you need to fight battles that you damn near can't win. It's damn near impossible to win. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what would constitute you as a brave man in my book, in my eyes. So yeah. So I want to let people know that a lot of niggas scared, a lot of niggas hoes, a lot of niggas with these muscles, they're not like that. And I also think the guy before, the 6'6" guy, I think he's terrified of me as well, for good reason. For good reason. And I've seen fear in a lot of people. And the reason I'm saying that I know these people are scared is because I've seen fear in a lot of people's eyes. I don't want to keep talking like this, bro, because I know I got a lot of square ass niggas on my video who watch me. But let's just say I'm not your average Joe. Like, I grew up like a lot of you suburban middle class people, but I'm not like you people. I'm not like you people at all. We're drastically different characters. We have drastically different personalities. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by wolves. I was raised by some wolves. They didn't give a shit about my ass. But yeah, so that's that on the shirt thing. The head thing, while he was rubbing the dude's head, well, he just wanted to express to the world that I'm a power player in this society. Like, I'm a powerful person. I get to rub his head and he won't do anything. I go around and rub somebody else's head. They have to be of his stature and his size, because I'm a bitch and I'm a coward, and I wouldn't dare do that shit to Patrick. I wouldn't do that shit to any other goon in here. Which maybe it was one other one in there. But none of them niggas was really gangsters in my eyes, and I realized this with damn, I'm gonna get besides the point. Damn it. But let's just say things aren't what they seem. A lot of people in these gangs, a lot of people doing all this extra shit, a lot of it is fake, and a lot of people are not who they say they are. A lot of people are charlatans. We're dealing with a lot of fake, lying individuals in the society. A lot of people are lying. This is why whenever I have the chance to influence the young guys, I'm very happy and excited to do so, because I know I'm really who I say I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know who I am. And I think other people can tell, like, I'm a gangster. I think other people can tell, like, hey, this guy is really, like, this man is really a psychopath. He would really do that to, he'd do it to his own mother, he'd do it to his own father, he'd do it to a random nigga on the street. He's that. That guy is that. So, whenever I get to influence the young, I'm happy, because I know they're following somebody who's really a boss. Somebody who deserves to lead them, because their father's a bitch, their older brother's a bitch, their mama's a fucking man, she's trying to be a man, etc., etc. So yeah, people are petty, people are children. I think it was Socrates who wrote that or said that most people don't mature out of adolescence. So you're dealing with a lot of immature people in society, and also the big homie said that people are clinically immature, which is basically the same thing that Socrates said. People don't really ever fully maturate. A lot of people are just emotionally children, for sure, just children. That's that. These videos are getting a bit long, man. I know people do enjoy hearing me speak because I have important things to say. I'm also trying to save my country. I'm not a narcissistic individual who just wants to speak for attention or who just wants people to look at me. I know people like to hear me speak and stuff like that, but I think I'm gonna start having to make these videos a bit shorter because I don't like having to cut all this shit up and put it on my Instagram. It's too much work. It's too much work. I'm the gorgeous gangster, nigga, the handsome hustler, the pretty pugilist, the poetic pimpin'. Anyway, hold on. All right. Let's see where I'm at. So yeah, what this bitch ass nigga was trying to express to the world and communicate is that I'm the big bad wolf, but in reality, I'm not the big bad wolf, and people who are knowledgeable and shrewd can tell I'm just a small, cat-like, womanly individual. I'm scared, and I will put somebody down to exalt myself. And people do this a lot. People will smash somebody else down, make them shorter to make themselves feel taller. It's quite strange because it's very foolish to think that way because both parties can win. Two people can be successful in business. Two people in a relationship can fucking thrive and be happy. Like, it doesn't need to be these scenarios wherein people are putting other people down unnecessarily if they're not an enemy. People are making enemies unnecessarily, trying to raise their own non-existent self-esteem. And it's so stupid because a lot of these people aren't true strategists. They're not pragmatic. They're not long-term thinkers. So they'll do some dumb shit like his stupid ass rub a nigga head and then fuck around and get stabbed and murdered by that same guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fucking idiot. And I hope these people see this video, man. I'm gonna do something evil to all you people. Like, don't ever disrespect me, ever in your life. Anyway, back to this game, nigga. Back to this game, nigga. Okay. So I was talking to this broad earlier today. Fuck this bitch. And she was telling me about the multitude of men she had been with and how they're all bad people and how she's never wrong and how she can't stay in a relationship and how it's never her fault. So I had a conversation with her about that, and she was telling me that her boyfriend had slapped her and spat on her right after she gave birth. So that happened. And then, oh, and by the way, she gave birth to another man's child. So it wasn't even his child. So she did that. She left her baby daddy. And then she also told me that she wasn't going to chase him because he's not Kanye. She's like, oh, I'm not going to chase him. He's not Kanye. He's arrogant. It's crazy to me, right? Like, you're in the weak position. You're the one with the kid. You're the one who's aging. You're the one who's losing and decreasing in value rapidly as time goes on, you're the one who's trying to act like you're in a power position. Like, girl, stop it. You're a nut. And you're also a dirtbag, and I hope you go bungee jumping or skydiving one day and a fucking airplane pierces your body, pierces you right in the middle of your, what would be the most painful place? Your fucking head. Fucking bitch. Dirtbag assholes, bro. Can't stand them. So yeah, she was telling me that, and I was like, yeah, this bitch is a psychopath. So, yeah. So what she was describing to me, or what she was expressing to me about herself through her romantic relationships, is that she's a dysfunctional character, and she's a person who seeks chaos. If you're a woman who has had a myriad of relationships that have went wrong and you can't see where you are messing up at, you're probably A, a bad person, or B, you're just fucking stupid. You're an idiot. And I think it's the former. I think it's both actually. I think she's lower IQ, and I also think that she just is a bad person. She doesn't deal with good people because good people don't find her as a worthy enough or honorable enough person to be with. A man like me with morals, principles, values, integrity, etc., etc. I'm not gonna deal with no bitch who has a kid, who sleeps with a lot of guys, who drinks alcohol, who does drugs, who engages in all this immoral type of behavior. So just the fact that she was dealing with a man who slapped the shit out of her ass right and spat on her right after she gave birth, it just lets me know that you're dealing with psychopaths. Like, you're dealing with psychopaths. And it's not like this guy's psychosis or mental illness just surfaced out of nowhere. Like, before he slapped you, it was shit he did. Excuse my language. It was stuff he did before that point that let you know this guy will do something crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like they say it's a warning before chaos, or it's a warning before destruction, or however the saying goes. But people will let you know about themselves in various different ways, and you learn people through discouragement. You learn people through them not getting what they want. You learn about people through negative experiences and how they handle it. And, I'm pretty sure a guy who's psychotic at this level shows some sort of, he showed his card, he revealed his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it only makes sense. Like, for example, if a bitch was in a relationship with Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy, and the niggas coming in late every night, bro got all type of ski masks, gloves, body bags, lighter fluid, shovels, etc., in his house, scattered all around, in the back of his trunk, in the back of his seats, and he's very like he's a very secretive character. Well, you shouldn't be surprised when this nigga catches a body and keeps doing it consistently. You shouldn't be surprised with that at all, because he's shown you that he would engage in the type of behavior that a psychotic serial killer would. And shout out to the serial killers. Shout out to the serial killers. High five. I'm more ruthless than all of you people. So yeah, that just let me know, like, this bitch is an idiot, bro. Not only is she a fucking idiot, but she's also a bad person. Like, and I have to give nuance, and I want the young people to understand what nuance is. Like, just because somebody deals with a bad person one time does not mean that they're a bad person. But if you're consistently dealing with bad people and you've dealt with your baby daddy, and I'm just assuming her baby daddy's a bad person because she left him, right? I'm just assuming this nigga's a bad person because she left him. you should, and if you left your baby daddy and because he was a bad person and you were with him, I'm guessing for a reasonable amount of time, you should have you should have a very deep well of game on how nefarious characters operate. You should have a goddamn pamphlet in your back pocket that you can reach out of. You should have a black box. You should know. You should be an expert in spotting red flags in men. Like, that's all you deal with is red flags. You deal with red flags. This bitch deals with purple flags. This bitch deals with black flags. This bitch done dealt with all type of evil flags, and her stupid ass is still dealing with these dirtbag ass guys. So what does that mean? She enjoys chaos, bruh. That's all she was communicating to me. I'm a person. God damn it. I'm a person who enjoys chaos. I'm a person who doesn't love myself. I'm an attention seeker. I'm a dirtbag. I want to live a hard life. I don't think that I deserve the finer things in life. I'm a fake bitch, etc., etc. So that's all she was saying. So now onto the Kanye piece. When she said, "Oh, I would never chase him. He's not Kanye." Bitch, you're a nut. You're a fucking fool. There is no way a bitch. And this just goes to show the delusion, right? Like, you're single. You're literally single with. You're single with a kid. You're single with a kid. No, matter of fact, let's go to when she had a kid by another man and she was in a relationship with a man while she has another kid. You're in a relationship with another man while you have a kid who isn't the baby father. You're a dirtbag. Like, whoa. Like, what is going on here, bruh? This bit. Low key, hold on, bruh. Goddamn. I lost my train of thought, bruh. I started going on a tangent. I was taking too long to get to my goddamn point. So let me go to my notes. Oh, so, okay. So, we also express a slice of our character by the things we say. Like, this was something that just flowed out. Like, she was kind of just talking, and then she said this, and I caught on to it. I was like, I'm gonna remember that. That's a very important data point to have on this bitch. So why does him being Kanye matter? Oh, because she's an attention-seeking bitch, and this lines up perfectly from the data point I got earlier, which was she's an attention-seeking bitch. I mean, look at the way she dresses. She has no self-respect. She has no morals. She's wearing a shirt, and presumably, I guess, it's just like some little short-ass booty shorts. But if you're a woman wearing shorts that short, bro,